that. I'm very excited about the next one personally. But Star-Lord is almost obtainable and kind of leading to that big bad champion at the end with Stellar Forged Cosmic Doctor Doom, which I'm very excited for that.
So that's the one right there, the Cosmic Doctor. I mean, that brought the whole house down when we made that announcement. That was just like...
Fest, that was one of the biggest pops, and I mean, rightfully so, because Teclis Thanos is such an iconic champion in the game already. Will go down as in history as one of the biggest beats, I really think, in the contest history. And Doctor Doom, Stellar Forge, has all that excitement as well.
Yeah, man. So at this point, we already kind of have like this theme with all of the Dooms, and I think everyone's just going to expect that champion to slap at the end of the day.
Oh my God!
And,
okay.
You know,
that was a good. Honestly, I got to give you your flowers on that one. That was a good one.
Oh, thank you. I so very rarely get the flowers, but maybe it's because it's our anniversary, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Doom does like to read the room, so.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was a fantastic joke.
So moving on to February, we had a pretty big February this year because we had the Epic of Pain, or the Epoch of Pain, whichever one you want to say. Apparently they're both accurate. Just that epic conclusion to our weekly EOP-style content. And this was where the first widespread rank 4s happened in Contest of Champions. And it was awesome seeing like all those unique rank 4s across social media and everything like that. And of course, that new big bad champion, that new big bad boss from MCOC came. That's Ares. And Ares, man, he what a great boss, honestly. We had Ares at Beat the Boss at Summoners Fest. We had Ham versus Puppy, and they were using Taskmaster and Gwenpool, just really showing that this is one of the most skill-based fights in Contest of Champions, where you can really use anyone as long as you understand the mechanics of the gameplay of the fight, which I think is super cool.
Yep, and I think that's not the last time that you're going to see Ares.
That's right. Yeah, we might be seeing him again soon. Who knows?
This Ares is built different. You know, and I know I'm kind of taking that, kind of like putting that tongue in the cheek, but that is actually, if you remember those streams, that was very intentional, and to see him come back with a different style of play, not just the same old, is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, this was really one of my favorite quests that we've done. And, you know, another big piece of feedback that we've gotten is like, hey, we missed the weekly EOP quests. And, you know, we've taking that to heart for sure, and as you guys know, we launched Alliance Coliseum today. We're launching Solo Coliseum in January, and Solo Coliseum is kind of looking to scratch that itch of that weekly EOP content, right? Where we can kind of like get those bosses in there, leave them up for a few weeks, and of course that's still in final development right now, but I'm thinking that you guys are going to like Solo Coliseum quite a bit. Very, very exciting.
Now, before we go, I do want to have a little bit more interaction in the chat here today, because today's a little bit more of a relaxed day. It's not like, we're not like so on schedule like we are normally. And I do want to address the chat that someone's asking for, a few people asking for replays. Make sure you replay this stream so we can get the drops. Just to be clear, after this stream, this is available for every streamer out there who wants to stream MCOC. Just make sure you have that in your category when you're doing that on Twitch. And then anybody can watch anybody, and we really want to big up this community, and there's a lot of really great creators out there that are making great content that are such a good time, and we actually saw some of them growing in real time when we did this the last time, so it's super awesome to see from a former content creator, well, kind of former, I don't know, I'm like 90% former, and every so often I do a thing.
You do a video like once every 9 months,
like,
so technically...
still somewhat a creator.
Technically, you are creating, and that's,
But yeah, just to answer that question, I'll come back to that every so often, but feel free to like ask your questions. We're going to try to hit the chat up as much as we can and interact with you guys and hang with you guys. Yeah, no problem. Oh, it's Panda Man Pete!
Oh, Pete, what's up, Pete?
How you doing? I really want to tell the story about the Panda Man Pete in the product, but I can't because I can't say the name. It's fine, but it's awesome. He knows the story. Best hair, I would say. Yeah.
Let's do some more MCOC Wrapped here. So in April, we're not going to do every month, by the way, just some highlights. At first, I was going to do 11 highlights, and then there was like a few more I tossed in, so it's a little more than 11.
That's okay. We tried. Look,
we tried. Look,
right? The 1-in-1 makes it fun.
It does.
All right, we're going to keep going.
In April, we had Red and Dead's Discount Shed. This was a really fun event. This was fun for both free-to-play players and also players buying some extra pool shields. Now, what was so great about this event was that there was just so many catalysts available. There were a lot of crystals available, and it really felt like there was a lot of agency as to what you wanted to do with your pool shields. One of my favorite things to see as the community manager was players who weren't spending on the event going crazy over the fact that you could essentially get a free onslaught if you engaged in the different areas for the free pool shields.
That's right.
Which I loved. So in my review of this, I was like, the players really enjoyed the free Onslaught event.
They did.
So that's what I was calling it.
I didn't get one.
You didn't get one?
No, because
What did you
I missed
choose?
one of the
You
things.
missed one of the pool shields?
I was working.
Come on, man. Working on MCOC.
I was working. I missed the one thing.
Come on.
I have an unduped Onslaught that's been sitting there for like an entire year.
Unbelievable.
Is it? It's unbelievable. Thanks. Thanks for the help there.
You should fix that, bud. All right, so Red and Deads, that was a really fun one, of course. 7-star Red Guardian made his appearance. Up next, we had the Heart of Fire in May, which was the sequel to Omega Days, bringing some fan-favorite champions entering the 7-star roster for the first time. One thing that I found very special about this event was that this was about 8-9 months ago at this point, right? And we've had sagas for about 2 years now. But this was really the first time where I really felt like the saga was wrapping up in-game with events, right? And everything was kind of like leading into it. And ever since then, we've had a lot of tie-in to all across the game from a narrative perspective, from an event perspective, and it really felt like each individual saga was super meaningful to the game.
Yep. And I think that's been one of our biggest changes. That's been not only the most well-received, but the most interactive. And on that last slide, you don't have to go back to it, but I didn't get like the Onslaught dupe, right? But I got really lucky during Heart of Fire. I got
I remember.
Yeah, Nick Fury, and then Nick Fury duped, and I was like, how about that?
And Tigra,
and then Tigra, and then Tigra duped, which was not. I never have. Okay, you know what? I never have that kind of luck, right? So I know I owe something later somewhere in some form, but yeah, that was like the very, very lucky thing. I did get lucky recently, though.
Congrats.
Yeah, I didn't put on my content creator days. I will do something that will show you whatever the thing was. All right, sorry, just wanted to say that we are now in Rebirth, which is very reminiscent to the stuff that you get in your Twitch drops.
That's right.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, let's go.
So Rebirth this year is the sequel to the Legends event, to the Reunion event. This was like kind of part 3. Rebirth was really great this year. I really enjoyed this one this year a lot. First of all, just from the champions, right? We usually do the 6 champion selector. At least we have 3 times now. This year we had Sabretooth, Cull Obsidian, Dr. Voodoo, Night Thrasher, Anti-Venom, Viv Vision. I think I did them all, right?
Yeah.
That's all of them, yes. So yeah, and what was so great about that was that those 6 champions received a tune-up, Viv Vision, just a few bug fixes, but she did technically get better, right? So we had the Act 8 Crucible, which was the sequel to Act 7. We had the Mini Crucible with the 2 stars, which players really seem to enjoy the 2-star side quest, so we are definitely exploring some more with that. We have a 2-star side quest going live this month as well, actually, too, which is going to be really fun. So we have a lot of fun stuff coming up with those side events. And then, of course, your little bunny with Symbiote Incursions, right? You went on a little adventure.
Wait. You're going a little too fast. Dude, Mini Crucible.
Mini Crucible, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd want to talk about Mini Crucible.
About it.
Actually, I want the players to talk about it. Because so every time I go this way, I'm looking at the screen to see what you guys are saying, right? Mini Crucible, I think, was one of the best received pieces of content that we put out, I think, that year. Like, I believe you all love that, because you do love, like, Crucible on its own, but Mini Crucible was accessible. You had all the champions needed to run in there and get that done, and it was some juicy rewards for that. So, look at love. The love with multiple O's in capital means exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, that means they really love it.
Yeah, they really, really love that. But yeah, Mini Crucible was, look at it, Mini Crucible is incredible. Like, the game team loves that you love it. Like, sometimes they don't like.
Mini Crucible was goated.
Yeah, goated. Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to give that a very special call out, because that was, even though it's a piece of Crucible, it was innovative. I felt like it was innovative, fun, engaging, and accessible for everybody. So really glad you guys all loved that. Okay, now we can move on.
All right, let's move on now. We got kind of skipping forward to October now. Symbiote Incursions. This one was really fun. I love when we get to adventure with our little buddy here, journey through Incursions this time, and most importantly, you got a very cute profile picture, which I think is just a highlight of the entire event. But no, it was really fun. It was I enjoyed like letting the symbiote take over my Discord profile for announcements and stuff for the month. So that was a good time.
You didn't tell me you did that.
Yeah, I did it. It was fun.
You did, but I would have done it with you.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
Okay. That's fine.
I was working, so it was...
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Just throw that one back.
Tying it back to that. We had Summoners Fest in November. I mean, we have talked about this ad nauseum at this point, right? But just, it was a massive in-person celebration. #1 on Twitch, right, with the juicy Twitch rewards.
That's right.
For day 1 at least, day 2 we were #2, and that was very good as well, because first is the worst and second is the best.
That's right. And being first is another one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So put 2 of those together.
That's right. And you get 11, right? But and if we did one on the next, it would have been a 1-1. But guess what? It was still fun, right? I'm going to use that as much as possible. You know what? That's like our 11-year theme. 1-1 makes it fun.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah.
And you know what,
I just want to see if it catches in the chat. I just want to keep saying it. But
we
go
also
ahead.
have, Summoners Fest for sure, but the logo next to it, Battle Realm Brawl. We can talk about, Summoners Fest, the reveals, Coliseum, Fortress Assaults, all that stuff all day long. But where I want to give the flowers to again is just the 7 absolutely incredible competitors that came out to Vancouver and put on an absolute show. I'm still reeling over how fantastic all 7 of those players did live at Battle Realm Brawl. It's not easy to play live, guys. I'll tell you one thing. You play at home, you're doing your thing.
Yep.
Once you put a camera on you and you do like a live stream, it's a different ball game. Ask anybody who streams, if you talk to a dev who's been on the live stream, like this is very different. How do you guys do this, right? Taking it a step further and now doing it in front of an audience of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, knowing all the pressure is there with everything on the line, and they still played as well as they did. Even the players who lost did not play poorly. Everybody played incredible the entire time. It was so
always came down to
watch.
like either time, like a minute amount of time, or a minute amount of health, which is nuts. But also, we had 7 of those competitors come up. Those were the ones that came from Battle Realm, from Battlegrounds, right? But then we also had 2 other competitors with Ham and Puppy.
Oh my God,
that came on and performed an absolute masterclass on all sides. And I still can't get over like some of the innovative fighting that was happening in real time. Just like.
Well, we've talked about, Tilapia's Captain Britain versus Atuma fight over and over. The Call Obsidian versus Jean Grey, where that came down to that final force field happening at the last second. That was like, come on.
It
was, but that just shows you how it really comes down to that 1 second, right?
Yep.
We had the mirror match between Cull and Havoc. We had so many matches. That match that Liam had, Red Guardian versus Rhino, where he played super aggressively at the end. If he didn't do that stand-up intercept, he might not have won the entire tournament, which is just crazy to think that it can come down to that one moment. That one stand-up intercept could have been why Liam took the title home, which is just, I get so excited about this stuff, honestly.
You sure do.
I do.
I do.
Honestly, it's exciting.
I will give you flowers as well, right? So, like me at Battle Realm Brawl, like I have my basics in terms of like how I commentate, right? Like I commentate on all the stuff, all the instinctive touch stuff and, like spacing and, all those things, right? But Mike has this like crazy like knowledge of the game where he gets like super into it, super exciting. He knows every buff, debuff. He knows exactly what's on the screen. I'm still like catching up, like, just don't take any time off. Don't quit MCOC. I'm just it is not like a money thing. This is more of just like you stop for like 2 seconds, like you don't know what's going on the screen. So I would just like follow his lead after like being into the game for so long. Just kind of anyway, just giving you a little bit of flowers, buddy, on an anniversary.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'll take the chocolate later as well. That'd be nice.
No, it's just one.
It's just one?
Just one. Yes. But 1-1. Come on, say it. You can say it.
It's fun. Makes fun.
No.
What is it? I forgot.
Makes it fun. No, don't do that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Talking about fun things, we also had the egg, man. The egg was, actually, it wasn't just a this year thing. This was a very long saga. Where at first, it kind of started out where we kind of just wanted to troll Brian Grant a little bit, which was very funny, very fun. It's always fun when Brian gets a little flustered, right? We love you, buddy. But, so
that's why I do it to you.
Thank you. So that went live, and then we were like, we want to really tie this into a larger thing. So the unusual eggs made their appearance again. The Cosmic Egg Relic is now live in game. You still have like 2 more days to get this relic. If you haven't gotten the relic for Venom the Duck, seriously get it. It makes Venom the Duck so much better. I have mine at rank 4 now. I never in a million years thought I would have a rank 4 Venom the Duck. I've had him since day 1 of 7-star launch. He's been rank 1 ever since. He went all the way to rank 4. He's so much fun with this relic. You can get it for free. It makes him a completely different champion. He's solid enough in Battlegrounds, but when it comes to like questing stuff, oh my god, I was going through EQ the other day and he was ripping through the quest like it was absolutely nothing. So Venom the Duck is actually good now, and I think that's really, really fun.
Yep. And so was that video, by the way.
The video was fun as well.
We should have played it like one last time. Yeah. I did see in the chat after we were doing it, see, it did catch on, by the way, the 1-1 makes it fun, but someone actually said 1-1 makes it None.
None?
Which is funny.
That's also
like I
good.
didn't think of that, but that's good.
That is good.
I didn't get to see the name of the person who said that. If you did say that, just say I said that in the chat and then give you some flowers there. But no, that was good. I noticed.
Yeah, so lots of events in 2025. Of course, we had more events too. We just finished off the Regal Ravagers event. We're coming up on Banquet. There was many, many more throughout the year. However, you can't talk about every single thing that went on in a calendar year.
When is newest Everest content? We talked about this.
We did talk about this, but right now there is the Cosmic Omelet, which is a small Everest quest.
Yes,
also
but our new mode is...
Our new mode next month,
That's
Solo
right.
Coliseum, is going to kind of scratch that itch a little bit. It's not going to be a giant Necropolis-style Everest content. Will there be one of those soon? Maybe. We're going to have to, stay tuned and just kind of find out what's cooking up in 2026 for our 12th anniversary. But Solo Coliseum should be scratching that itch a bit starting next month, and we're very, very excited for that. But speaking of game modes, right, because Coliseum is a massive new game mode, we had a few new game modes in 2025, which is kind of crazy to think about for an 11, I keep saying 10-year-old game, just like naturally, 11-year-old game to be launching this many new game mode styles.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. So let's take a look at the first one here.
Now, before you start, I want to do our interlude here, which is make sure you check the chat. It's pinned to go and enter for the giveaways.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I want to make sure that you're doing that because we are giving away 5 Imperiosas, 5 Titan Crystals, and 1 lucky person gets the final milestone that you're building up these 12 hours for, which has that Titan Crystal and the 2 to 3 gem in it, along with 2,000 rank up gem shards for a 7-star. Also, I'm seeing there's newer people coming into the chat that are saying, hey, this is still 12 hours. Yes, 12 hours, but it's for the rest of the month. This expires in January. You can watch any streamer that is streaming MCOC on Twitch to scratch that itch and get those rewards. Just want to make sure that that's clear. And I will remind you in another 5 minutes, and now we can move right into Squad Builder.
That's right. So Squad Builder went live in July. At the start of this year, we kind of had a little roadmap type section where we were like, hey, side quests, right? So we want to make them we want to make them fresh. We want to make the experience kind of feel, new. 10 years, things can get kind of old, the same kind of thing over and over. So we really started experimenting with our side quests to kind of just make them fun. We wanted them to be fun and engaging. So we launched the Fantastic Force Recruitment. Novel is the word.
Yeah.
Yes. So Fantastic Force Recruitment went live in July. So this was, if you look right here at just the GIF right here, it looks very different from your normal side quest where, you go in, there's a quest board, you do a fight, you choose your champion. Now, ultimately, this was a pretty vanilla mode when it came to gameplay, fights, and all that kind of stuff. It was really about the experience. We wanted the experience to feel fresh. So you went in here, you played with 52 2-star champions. There were no quest boards, only a squad. That's not like a tagline of it. I just kind of made that up on the fly, and I feel like we could have used that for marketing stuff. I like that a lot.
You could have used that. But look at the chat, though, dude. Every time we bring up one of these, there is just agreement all across the board in the chat. They really liked Squad Builder. They thought it was new. They felt it was fun, and they want another one, just from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is, we are going to be bringing it back relatively soon. So keep an eye out for not January, but maybe a month that comes after January. You might see whatever month that could be.
Maybe.
You might see another version of Squad Builder with some updated mechanics and all that stuff. Again, this was a version 1, and we're always looking to take side quest formats and iterate on it and make it different. Speaking of different, we had a very, very different style event in August that was very controversial, especially at first. That was the Dimensional Arcade with the Doom Cycle. Now, this went live, and at first, we would say our core audience definitely did not connect with this one too much, and we totally know that. It was a very experimental new game mode that was geared toward casual players for some relaxed auto-play style sessions.
Yep.
As time went on, this game mode definitely found its audience, right?
Yep.
And again, it's really not geared towards that core MCOC player base. Myself personally, I'm a super hardcore player, as you know, as players know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed putting it on for autoplay, but I wish it was a little bit more engaging. I wish that I could do some more stuff than just do autoplay. So we are testing out some new things with a future version of Dimensional Arcade that is going to be a lot more engaging. It's still going to shift from the core mechanics of MCOC. It's still going to be geared towards that different audience, but it's going to be a lot more engaging than Doom Cycle was. One thing I loved about Doom Cycle was that we had an entirely new soundtrack that was geared specifically to it.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. So if you don't play with sound, you had to play with sound because it really made the experience fantastic. I still hear the music in my head, really. But yeah, I'm excited for the future of what Dimensional Arcade could be. And yeah, a lot of players saying...
who's your favorite, dude?
For Doom Cycle?
Yeah.
Oh, Invisible Woman was
she's
ridiculous. If
wrecking
you
it.
invested in Invisible Woman for this one, you just rolled through it. But yeah, ultimately, it's we're gonna try some other stuff with the future version. We had it for demo at Summoners Fest, so some players have already seen it, and I think it's really cool. I think it's very different from Doom Cycle, and I'm excited to see what players think of it.
Yep. Once you find your rhythm, it's gonna be pretty easy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Invisible Woman was peak. That is absolutely true.
Actually, I think Kabam Riggs has some thoughts about Dimensional Arcade. What happened over there? So Kabam Riggs helps us with like the capture.
Yeah.
He was doing some capture, and we were watching him. He was getting, I think, intentionally somewhat frustrated because he had to get a certain score in order to get the right capture.
Sure.
And he was like, if you ever played like Mega Man or any of these other kind of games, he was getting, hey, the camera's on you, but just let everybody know how you felt about that. Big thumbs up.
I think he loved it.
Yeah, he did. There it is.
There it is. There it is.
There he goes.
All right, so moving on. We had the new Towers event going live in November. So this was another new meta format that kind of deviated from the norm. So one thing that we saw here, which was very, very different, was that there were no potions, no revives.
Yep.
And if you died, or if you ran out of time, you just get to click retry.
Yeah.
So you just kind of went back in and just kind of kept going with it, which was very fun. I had a really fun time with this. I saw a lot of solid reception for this one as well.
Yep.
I'm personally very excited to see what we can do with this sort of gameplay technology in the future and see if we can really build out towers to be better than it was in version 1. Where version 1 was fun. It was super vanilla.
Yep.
There were literally no nodes. You couldn't even use your special 3. So it was just like time attack.
Which is also kind of fun because then you don't have to worry about it. You just jump in there and like just be as aggressive as possible and just get the thing done.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads us all to December. Today, actually, where Coliseum goes live on our anniversary. This is just one of the largest new game modes that we've put into the game pretty much since Battlegrounds. We have to give not just flowers, but an entire bouquet to the game team for getting this together in the time that they did. I've never seen such a mad dash to get a game mode out into the game before like Coliseum was.
They wanted to build that excitement, man.
Oh my God, it took all hands on deck to get this thing in time, and like, they absolutely killed it. We did a lot of play tests, a lot of play tests in studio for this one, and we all had a lot of fun moving through this. I can't wait to see what players think about this one. I'm super duper excited for the solo Coliseum going live in January as well. But Coliseum, for those who don't know at this point, pretty much you defeat the opponent, and then guess what? They don't die. They come back, and you have another health bar. And you get points at the end of that run based on how many health bars you went through, which is really fun. Again, no revives, no potions allowed. You're going to be working with your entire alliance for this, all 29 other members of your alliance, to get those peak milestones for your alliance, which is the first appearance of Tier 5 Alpha Catalyst, I believe, which is pretty exciting. And then also solo peak milestones as well. So I can't wait to see what you guys think about Coliseum. This is, of course, the first Alliance Coliseum, so the first version of it, and we'll see where it goes from here. I'm really excited for it.
Yep, and the key thing here is every time you defeat the opponent, they come back stronger. So it's kind of like if you know of a fictional character in a different kind of a universe type thing, that every time they die, they come back stronger, and eventually they'll end up winning. Unless you like reach the limit for like we call something out like 5 or 20 or something like that, and you can survive. But yeah, there is a character, which is also kind of the name of a movie. Also, that's not out yet. But anyway, that also works. Someone's gonna get that in the chat. Someone will figure that out. Okay, all right, now let's move on.
Hey, Morphe saying I like Coliseum
look
so
at
far.
right there. See,
we'll take that.
Very good. Yeah, you got it right. There we
Fantastic.
go. You see that?
Yeah. Incredible. All right, so hey, we had some events, we had some game modes, and now we also had some new features as well. So Radiance, and oh my God, look at that character model. Have we shown that final character model yet? I don't know. We still need some more.
Oh, we were supposed to, but wasn't quite ready. At Summoners, it's fine because now we have like even more like hype stuff.
It was a retaurical question. We haven't shown it
I'm
yet.
just saying we wanted to, is what I'm saying, and it wasn't ready. As with the other ones, it was a strange thing that happened.
Right.
Yes.
There it is. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
good. How
Okay.
about that model, right? So Magic, by the way, is still getting that update. She is still being released. released as a 6-star and 7-star. That is going to be coming next year. You know, more details soon once that's all finalized. The team is finalizing a plan for that right now. I know it's been a bit since we gave an update on this, honestly. It has been a while.
Yep.
But, you know, Magic is getting cooked up, and she's still coming. It's still on track. But speaking of this slide, Radiance. Oh man, I can hardly remember a time in the game before Radiance at this point. This is our competitive consolidated currency. It's present in all competitive game modes and the ranked rewards specifically. It's a premium resource with premium items, and one thing we announced on Friday is that we're going to be doing a very similar thing with our engagement-based currencies like Glory, Battlegrounds token, and also artifact incursions as well,
Yep.
and kind of like taking some inspiration from Radiance and cleaning up some of those currencies to kind of make that same sort of Radiance feel and kind of move forward with that. So I'm definitely excited with that. I love what Radiance did for the game. I feel like at this point, it's kind of hard to argue with the fact that Kabam Crash cooked up an entire meal with Radiance because it
Yeah, he
really
did.
kind of changed the entire landscape of rewards in
Yeah, we
competitive
got to get
stuff.
him an apron too, man. We gave one to
do
Zen.
have to get an
yeah,
apron for
he
Crash.
needs to get another apron.
I'll order that.
Also, keep an eye out for that Dev Diary. We said that that'll be coming right around January. We're just kind of back and forth on some of the details,
Mm-hmm.
but keep an eye out for that. That is being cooked right now, and
right.
there's lots more details behind that.
Another big, massive feature in MCOC this year was MCOC launched on PC, which was a completely brand new way to play. We're just expanding the contest to new platforms. And what's so cool about it is that you can cross-platform play between mobile and PC. So you could be at home, opening some crystals, doing some battlegrounds, and then you got to get to work. You get on the train, you take your phone out, boom, there's a phone. You're playing there. Then you get to work. You take your iPad out of your little drawer when your boss isn't looking, and you're doing some battlegrounds at work. But then he comes and you put it away, right? And then you go back
and then
home.
you just go back right on the PC. That's right. Yeah,
You
that's
go back on the train,
exactly how that works.
And then you play on your phone again, and then you get home, and what do? You open up MCOC on PC, and then you get into bed and you play on your phone again. So it's just no matter where you are, you have MCOC at your disposal, and it's beautiful on PC when you have a big monitor. It's really, really cool. So yeah, we definitely have a dedicated crew of players who play on PC, and I think it's
Hey,
cool.
let's not forget that PC is the catalyst for the absolutely beautiful, buttery smooth 60 frames per second.
That's right. That is a very
that
big
is
thing
the
here.
birth child right there of where that started, including some other features as well. And some of the other things about PCs, there are people that just like playing on controllers and they know how to
100%.
do that. And if you happen to be older, not talking about me, but if you're just like playing and you're starting to get a little joint pain, you know, in certain areas because you're playing, because you're grinding, you know, and you know the screen is kind of doing the thing, you can just grab a controller and it helps. I don't know that personally. I'm just saying.
Well, why would you?
I'm just saying that it could be helpful for some other people.
Another massive feature that we had in 2025 was StatCast Relics, right? So we launched
a good
Relics,
one.
yeah, a while ago at this point. The Battlecasts were live for a very long time, and one of the biggest pain points as a player was like, I have all these champions, and I hate trying to like pick and choose which champions get the striker, not just because of the Battlecast ability, right? It's because of the runes and all that stuff, not because of the ability slot and all that stuff, just because the strikers become a pivotal part of the game. So now, when StatCast went live, so far there's been 360 StatCast statues that have launched, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's 60 different statues per wave across 3 rarities, 5, 6, and 7.
Yep.
So a total of 360, which is so many. So really at this point, if you went for some of those StatCast relics, you should have more than enough to put on your champions, at least for now, right?
That's right, and I keep checking the chat, and they are absolutely agreeing. You know what else I saw in the chat? Also, when you were talking about Coliseum, there was already people saying, "I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm having a blast already." So just kind of calling that out. I've got my eyes kind of locked on the chat here, so just making sure that we all know that.
Yeah,
Cool.
love that. So yeah, StatCast relics, I think definitely did some solid stuff. Speaking of Battlecast, I want to make one more call out to that Venom the Duck Battlecast relic, which is the only 7-star Battlecast.
7-star, that's right.
Yeah, so seriously, it makes Venom the Duck really fun, so you definitely want that. Also, reworked daily quests as well. Man, this was an absolutely massive thing as well. So for the first time in years, we updated the daily quest. They're now actually rewarding, actually good for all progression layers. There's the Super Supply Strike quest on Sundays. One other big call out here, I didn't really know where to put this in the slideshow, but the same guy who reworked the economy here for the daily quest also reworked Act 6 as well. So Act 6, this probably isn't too pivotal to everybody watching the chat right now, but just in general for progressing players who have gotten stuck on Act 6 in the past, who feel like it's or it's not rewarding to go back and explore type of thing, right? We also adjusted the content as well to make it more approachable for progressing newer players, just so that we can just keep building our community higher and higher. So we take away some of those sticking points. But in total, Act 6 got that brand new facelift where it's a little simpler to go through, and the rewards are actually super duper solid for where a player would be for Act 6 at the time.
Yep, I didn't hear, but did you also mention that this is also the same person who's the author of the consolidation?
I didn't mention that actually, but yeah, the same person who did the reworked daily quest, at least the the econ side, and the Act 6 update for the econ side also is reworking that consolidated currency.
I wonder if we can get him on the stream. Maybe we could talk him into it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, definitely good work right there. We're already in September, huh?
Yeah.
That felt like yesterday.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving. People are continually talking about Coliseum. They're absolutely loving it. Funner than they expected it to be.
No way. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right there.
So yeah,
it's such a good segue.
So honestly, that was a really good segue. So one thing about Coliseum is that it's massive, and it seems a lot more daunting than it really is. Ultimately, it's super simple. At the end of the day, it's go in and fight. That's all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. There's other stuff that happens. Ideally, you want to look at the champion tags for the day. There are 3 tags that rotate every 24 hours, and you want to utilize those tags in different ways. That way you can maximize your score if you're looking to maximize the score. But if you're not looking to maximize the score, if you're looking to just get those peak milestones and all that kind of stuff and do your stuff, you go in and you fight with your favorite champions. On the left side of the screen, there's going to be those 3 tags. I advise you to use the tagged champions, but if you can't be bothered with that, go in, fight until the defender defeats you, and keep doing that, and just kind of have fun and build up that score. You have those 5 slots. You can't use the same champion on different slots. But again, don't even worry about that stuff. Don't worry about the scoring that goes on in the back end, truly. There's stuff that has to do with the Alliance prestige, with the tags, with your podium level. The higher your level of your podium, the more points you're going to get. But that all happens automatically. Of course, you gain XP when you take down health bars. So just if you play, you will progress. And there's a lot of stuff that we have to explain with Coliseum, of course. So we put out the explainer video yesterday that I made, and we got to break it all down.
That's right.
But ultimately, it really does come down to enter the fight and defeat the opponent as many times as you can. And that's really all there is to it.
Yeah.
And next month, we have Solo Coliseum going live, which I'm really excited for. It's going to be different because it's going to be a little bit more difficult when it comes to nodes and stuff. Like we said, it's kind of going to be like our EOP, Eternity of Pain style weekly scratch that itch type of thing. There's still going to be the multiple health bars, still going to be a similar mechanic type of thing, which is going to be fun. But Solo Coliseum really very simply comes down to get in there and beat them, and that's it, right? As of right now, of course, we might be doing some objectives and stuff like we did with EOP, but at least as of right now, there's no tags or levels and all that kind of stuff. It really comes down to the boss. With the Alliance, of course, in a mode like raids, AQ, all that kind of stuff, there has to be some stuff that is built in a certain way, and of course, we can't just have random fight, see if you beat them type of thing for an Alliance mode. So of course, there are the scoring parameters and all of that kind of stuff. Again, just get in there and have some fun.
Yeah. Someone made a comment. It's like, hey, I love when something's simple, but they take 10 minutes to explain it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the deep dives, right? So we'll take a 10-minute deep dive. We'll explain everything about the champion, and then it's just get in there, work up to an SP1,
and
do an
SP1,
then use it, and then do an SP2, and then that's it. And if the champion is still standing, we'll just do that again. Yeah. Sometimes it does. It takes a little bit of build-up.
And at the same time, you can't just say that, right? So it's one of those things, it's kind of a double-edged sword here. And as, deep dive voiceover guy and the one who built them all on my own for so many years, I was making the dives, and I'm like, this is so complicated to say. And it really boils down to SP2 into SP1. But you got to
sometimes you got to build a resource. Sometimes you got to build something a little bit.
Of course.
Okay, I just want to do a quick cut in right here. I saw some questions about the Twitch drops. So they were wondering how to find other they are kind of champions. How do you find other creators on Twitch? Just go in, look up Marvel Contest of Champions. It'll show you that is one of the games that are on Twitch and how many people are streaming. It's kind of like a category thing. You go in there and you'll see a bunch of people that are streaming Marvel Contest of Champions. Those Twitch drops will be turned on for everyone in just a moment here. And we have a massive crowd here, 41.6 6.7K.
Yeah.
Oh, we're number one on Twitch again. And you know what we say about number one? One and one makes it fun. That's right. You know what? Let's get a little bit of chat love with the 1 and 1 makes it fun. I just want to make this happen for the entire year. 1 and 1 makes it fun. And anyway, so. All right, so let's. What, did we miss something?
No, we're good.
Oh, are we done?
We're done, yeah. I mean, we're not done. We have more stuff to do today.
Yeah, okay.
But when it comes to the recap of the year type of thing, when it comes to little Coliseum spiel,
because there's more stuff.
There's more stuff.
Yeah,
to
make
do.
sure you're entering, by the way. Go and put your email in so that we can pick. Again, we have 5 Imperiosas that we're giving away. We are you know what? We didn't even talk about the idols. The idols were.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
They were a surprise at the end of the day because like sometimes we make our own like original characters, and we know you love Marvel stuff, and that like that's what really resonates from like a nostalgic point of view, or even just fan point of view. But I mean, they came out to be pretty fire, man.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day.
Ultimately, right? I know there was some interesting reception on idols because you couldn't get them completely free to play unless you went all the way through, the top of the Gladiator Circuit, all that type of stuff. But they are joining the base pool now, right? So Isophene joined in December, and then Lumitrix is coming next, then Solvark, and then Imperiosa. So they will be joining, so more players will be getting those champions as time goes on, which I think is great because honestly, the idols are very interesting and fun champions to use. Solvark, for example, is an insane two-way champion that just his stocks continue to rise higher and higher and higher.
He made a lot of views in Battle Realm Brawl as well.
Oh my God, Solvark was just like putting on a clinic in Battle Realm Brawl. Lumitrix, we all know how good Lumitrix is, and Imperiosa just launched, and Imperiosa is a fantastic champion as well. Personally, I have a lot of fun playing with Imperiosa. I love like starting at 75% power, going right to that insane special 3. As much as I love watching the special 3, SP3 skip.
Sorry, there's
right
a shout out to your Bronco shoes, by the way.
Well,
yeah, I had to read that from the chat. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I figured you thought that would be pretty important.
I mean, 11 and 2. What can I say, man? I mean, we are rolling strong right now.
Yeah, that's right. So speaking of number one, last time we were so shocked. Like we were just trying to do our best at Summoners Fest. Look, if we're number one right now and you are on this game and you have no idea what Marvel Contest of Champions is, it is the premier fighting game that you can play on mobile, you can play on PC. There's over 300 Marvel champions in this game. It's accessible, so you can start in our Act 1 all the way up to Act 4. You learn a little bit, and then there's like, it's very easy to play, but then it's also deep at the same time. So if you love a good time to be casual, you can do that. You can play the game, you can jump on in, you can do a little bit of Coliseum, a little bit of solo Coliseum. Well, that one's gonna be a little bit harder. We have our towers, we have our mini crucibles, those kinds of things that come in that are very accessible. And then you have the competitive side, which also has a really great competitive currency. Thank you very much, Kabam Crash. But yeah, look, jump on into the game. It's a lot of fun. Marvel characters, the game looks great. Our art team never freaking misses a beat ever. So if you love games, you love fighting games. I'm a former, I'm a former Street Fighter guy, and I got into this game, and I love it, right? So just get in there and play, and then don't quit, because that was the earlier warning. Don't quit, because then you'll forget a lot of stuff. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so now I'm working hard. But yeah, welcome to the game, welcome to the stream, and a big welcome in the chat for all the people that are here for the first time. Just let them know how much love there is in this community and how much fun there is to be had. Let's have a big welcome for all of our new and probably potential summoners. Hello and welcome.
That's right, man. Dude, that was passionate, dude.
It was
I
passionate.
liked that, man.
Yeah,
oh my God, that was great.
Yeah, you can clip that, and use it. It's all good.
Absolutely. No, that was great, man. Seriously. And you know what? What a great time to be number one on Twitch, too, because we also have something very special today as well, and that is our 11th anniversary trailer that we've been working super duper hard on, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about before we show it, so don't play it yet. But we are bringing on our very special Kabam, Vincent. Can we actually get full screen really quick on this picture right now? Can we get a... that way. I gave him a nice little
way to walk
here,
on in,
so it's not awkward. You can sit wherever you want, bud.
I'll just move over a little bit, give you some spotlight.
All right, so we definitely have a very special 11th anniversary trailer today, featuring this guy, maybe. But before we get into it, I want to talk about with my buddy here, Kabam, Vincent. What's going on, dude?
Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Remember earlier today when you're like, quick half-hour stream?
Yes, I did.
In and out.
never-
We're gonna do great. I am so proud of you for that. We're doing good on time. You might see I like Marvel.
You do.
A little bit.
One
yeah.
thing here is, I was talking to Vincent the other day, and I was like, hey man, I really want you to come on the stream. You've been working so hard on this trailer. I talk to Vincent every day, by the way.
Whether he wants to or not.
Whether he wants to or not, it's true. And I've been seeing how excited he's been for this trailer, how much work you've been putting into it. And, ultimately, I kind of said, I was like, you come on the stream a lot, you talk about Marvel narrative things, and that's great. But I really just want you to kind of break down, like, what was your process for building this trailer, and kind of just outline how much, like, technical work went into this.
So first and foremost, I have to bring in like one of my cards for this because I don't want to miss anybody. So I'm just going to do a quick shout out to Will, Drew, Charles, Max, and our whole animation team on this thing. So every year I've been writing the trailers for about 3 or 4 years now. Also hi, I'm Kabam Vincent, your principal creative writer for Marvel Contest of Champions. I write EQs and act stories and all sorts of stuff for the game. But also I love trailers.
Yes.
I love writing our trailers. The Deathless trailers, some of my favorite things out there. And so I really wanted this year to be special. I wanted to do something big, and I wanted to celebrate my favorite guy, which is J. Jonah Jameson. A lot of people have a favorite Marvel character. My favorite Marvel character is J. Jonah Jameson, seen here in the 1999 toy with Spider Slayer desk. I'll put that back down there. That's in box. So when I went for J. Jonah, no, it is not. It's got box corners. There's people on there that'll correct you. There's 42,000 of them. All right. So when I went for J. Jonah Jameson, there's a lot of J. Jonahs out there, okay? We started back in the 60s. This is an important lesson for everyone. You're getting a lore dump right now. Back in the 60s, Paul Kliegman was the voice of J. Jonah. He was also the voice of Donner in the animated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special, so a little bit of Christmas for you there, a little bit of nice. We go into the 90s. Most people in the 90s, Ed Asner was the J. Jonah in there.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we got a little up on that action.
I know
it was
that
a
one.
really nice one. Then, of course, you got them J.K. Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
And J.K. Simmons redefines the role.
Yeah, he does.
J. Jonah Jameson and J.K. Simmons, hand in hand. That's it's chef kiss. It's so good. I want to also give a shout out for game-wise, Darren DePaul. If you've ever played the Spider-Man games, fantastic writer. I only have one card, Fenton. I can't throw the cards. I'll throw it at the end. But I'm getting notes from the booth over here. But yeah, so there's an amazing voice actor. So I'm like, I need to bring someone to this who can bring the energy I want for this trailer. And when you think J. Jonah Jameson, you of course think Sam Reich from College Humor and Dropout, because that's who I thought of first. And we pursued that through the year, and we got him. And he is a charming, just absolute gentleman who came in and recorded this trailer for us. So we had the voice, and we needed some action to match it. So I love motion simulator roller coasters. I don't know if you've ever been on one. They have them in like Disneyland. You sit in a booth that shakes the ever-loving hell out of you and shows a video.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that our trailer. And I approached our team this year and I said, how many champions can I put in a trailer? And they said, as many as you like.
And that is a dangerous thing to say
and
to
I
you.
said, welcome to the wonderful world of regret. So I wanted to ramp up this trailer. You're going to watch something here. We're going to play it in a second. I know this lily could not be more gilded, but I'm just so excited for this. We're going to ramp it up. So it starts simple, starts almost motion comic-y. Love our motion comics, wanted something bigger. One-on-one fight, bigger fight, musical fight. We get to the end, a little bit of a cutscene. So what, the best way to show you is by showing you, I think. You want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Let's watch a trailer.
Remote Bugle Bot is functional. This is the charming voice of J. Jonah Jameson. I'm piloting this machine to give some award-eligible field reports about the many menaces of this so-called Contest of Champions. Heck of a fight, but it needs more. For the sake of my audience's attention spans, which is that of a goldfish with head trauma, I've had the eggheads in the lab rig this bot with a soundtrack. So cue the epic, cinematic, and monetizable music. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Battles like these are just another Tuesday around here. Let's see if we can find some real villainy to report on. What a shocking spectacle! I have no clue what's going on here. Seems newsworthy, that's what matters. Probably best that we keep a safe distance before that happens. You monsters have no respect. This bot costs big bucks. I got it at a discount, of course. Only suckers pay full price. And J. Jonah Jameson isn't a sucker. I hear some of these heroes are professors. Can't imagine when they have time to mark papers. Still, that's a grade A walloping they're giving those robots. Wait, I'm one of the good guys. Blast intimidation, that's not gonna buff out. Finally, familiar stomping grounds. I can smell a story around here. It smells like rotten eggs. Upsetting, but I've seen worse, and that is worse. I could use some superpowered assistance here. I promise fair and balanced praise in my headlines.
When you get your shot, where can you find that magic? Only in New York.
Now that's the kind of heroics I want more of. Stunning spectacles, and not a hint of wall crawlers. Wait, no. I ordered heroes, not masked menaces, you hear me? Oh, come on. A world of web-swinging weirdos. You stay back. Clear the frame. The last thing I need to be broadcasting is photos of Spider-Man. No matter. That bugle pop was Mark 1. Mark 2 has a more hands-on approach. I'm told there are more than 300 friends and foes in this contest. Time for J. Jonah Jameson to add one more hero to the mix. Yeah, that's me, J. Jonah Jameson. I've
Absolute cinema. I'm just very proud of our team. Very happy with that. So I've been watching that over and over on repeat for like several weeks now.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that everyone else can see it now. We're on here. I'm so excited that everyone else can finally see that now. I think this game is so special to me. We get competitive gameplay, we get casual gameplay. I've been a storyteller on this game for years and years now, writing a new monthly story for Marvel. It is a pure dream. It is pure love put into that, and our community is just such an astonishing, diverse group of players coming at it from different angles and knowledge and fun. And I think we can really see that reflected in the game all the time. And if you're new to Marvel Contest of Champions, there's never been a greater time to join in the fun. I'm just saying, we're cutting promos. We can cover promo. With our anniversary drops, holiday giveaways, and of course the Twitch drops you're enjoying right now, there's never been a more exciting time to join the Marvel Contest of Champions. Next year we'll be approaching over 350 collectible and playable champions in the Battle Realm. So don't delay, download on mobile and PC now.
Wow, and I didn't even have to pay him anything
Wow.
for that. That's fantastic.
Wait.
We're not getting paid.
Wait, are we? Okay, so he tried to one-up me. I think he did one-up. Oh, there you go. You got the cards up. You know whose turn it is to explain what Marvel Contest means to him? I already did it.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, it's
you know
your
what,
turn.
guys? Honestly, Marvel Contest of Champions means more to me than I can ever possibly explain. You know, I found this game when I was at a time in my life when I was doing something completely different, and I just needed a change. And I was not in a super happy place. I was working a super awful job that I didn't enjoy, and I found this random Marvel game on the App Store, and I said, you know what? Let me download this game so I can kill some time and kind of escape things for a bit. And I feel like so many of our players are in that similar place where they find this game and it becomes so special to them. And I have played every single day since I downloaded that game back in 17, 2018, whatever it was. And every single day I've logged into the contest. I've played for multiple hours each and every single day. I very quickly started creating content on YouTube because I was unbelievably passionate about this game that hooked me from the first moment that I downloaded and I went through the tutorial of this game. And I have not looked back ever since. It became something I've devoted the majority of my life to at this point, building up my personal channel, devoting 12 hours a day doing that, just trying to create content for this game to fester the best community in the entire world and kind of just supply that entertainment to all of you fantastic people at home and just kind of cultivate that experience of Marvel Contest of Champions, of what this community really can be. And And it's something that's really hard to explain in words, but it's also something that we all feel at the same time together. And it brings us all together for this fantastic community. And that's what Marvel Contest of Champions means to me. And if you don't play it, you really should.
I can put it into words. When you have another person that plays Marvel Contest of Champions in your presence, that one makes it fun. I got
I'm
you, bro.
also here.
I got you.
And I helped.
1 and 1 and 1
Oh.
makes 111, and that's how many years we're trying to run this game. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
So, okay.
I feel like when someone says Mike's doing an interview for a job he already has. This wasn't part of the rehearsal, man.
That was emotional. That was
He asked me a
nice.
question.
Yeah, it was. That was. Look, I know we have a lot of brand new eyes on this game. Being #1 on Twitch, incredibly grateful for. And I just want everyone who's watching to see like what this game means to everyone. 10 years in the game. And not only that, your community managers, 2 out of the 3 have been playing this game for over 7 years. I've been playing this game from beta.
That's
I
true.
downloaded the beta, became a content creator for the game, and ended up working here, and then ended up being a community manager in the same way that Cabramasaurus Rex, a.k.a. Karate Mike, did. I think that's a very unique thing. You don't find that in a lot of games, to find people that have been like dedicated, passionate players that are also the community manager. So, I mean, you have something very unique here. I would say, personally, if I were you, I would download the game right away, right? And then you would see that there's all this super cool stuff happening for the anniversary. You can get a leg up almost immediately. We got a dope calendar on the way, which is crazy. We got these Twitch drops, which are crazy. The Twitch drops alone will get you through like the beginning of the game, like super, super easy. You can just like, you can even ice skate uphill. I know Blade's gonna be mad about that, but you can ice skate uphill at the same time. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun together.
Let's do it. Now, speaking of fun, we also have some giveaway winners, but let's get the slide deck up on the screen real quick here, because also, thank you for 11 incredible years, and we have that beautiful key art over here. It's nice, right? Of all of our 2025 champions. Listen, we're just getting started. So here's to 11 more. Now, we do have some giveaways as well, because I love giving things away. I just love giving things out, you know?
Well, I'm more French. I like saying we.
We like to give things
There
away.
we go.
That's right, there we go. So let's give some stuff away here.
Now, I like putting all the pressure on Rex, where if you won or didn't win, it's your fault.
Oh,
now.
God. Gosh, what have I done? All right, so let's have some giveaways. Up first, I believe we have the Titan Crystal up first. So we got Dorito For Real Lucky. We got Rez New York Comic Con, NYCC, which is that can only mean that. We have Michael Brown 996.
Is it 996?
Hey, we have
Or is it
Peckle
996?
07.
You'll figure it out.
That's an alliance mate of mine. Hey, Peckle 07. I promise this isn't rigged. We have Ramada _. Congratulations, you have won a Titan Crystal. We will reach out to you. Also, for the champion choice here for Imperioso, or you can go for Spider-Man, Pavita Barker if you would like. We have Tamer Caprulu, Silent 1221 _ Soybean. We have the Heathen, and we have Olkiyirin 45 for our standard winners.
Actually, you mispronounced it. It was soybean. You said soybean.
Oh, understood.
Yeah.
I think that some of the tentacles there were covering the ends.
Technically, those are synthex.
Yeah, just want to make sure. Look, we have all these people watching. I want to make sure that we're pronouncing people's
you're
name
totally
right.
right.
We got to respect our community members.
We
You
do
know what I'm
have
saying?
one more giveaway winner as well, if we can get that back up, Finn. Sorry, buddy. We have the Twitch drop winner, which is giving, what is it?
It is the final milestone.
Yes.
So that is going to have, if your progression is Thronebreaker or higher, you're going to get a Titan Crystal, and you're going to get a 7-star 2 to 3 gem, and then you're getting 2,000 Awakening Gem crystals.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too
Congratulations,
bad.
Jason Kuhn 8. You are a Twitch drop winner here. And yeah, congratulations to all of our giveaway winners. And again, I kept using this art right there because this is
good art.
honestly, I said
It's
it last
tasty,
time.
bro.
It's tasty. I said it last time. God, this is honestly my favorite art that we've ever had. in
Keep your
FCRC.
spare change in the chin cleft on Punisher there. That's astonishing.
I think it's beautiful. I really do. I think that just again, we said earlier, our team don't miss. We have some beautiful artists here at Marvel Contest of Champions, and this is just a prime example. of
Our art team, we've actually equipped them with a vigilance buff at the end of the day.
because they don't miss.
That's right. Sorry, I was going to use that for you because you said you didn't want to miss anybody, and I was going to give you a vigilance. But you were so like, you were
I was in a
talking through it.
groove.
It was in a groove.
And now the energy drink is quickly wearing off, but my enthusiasm for the game isn't. Everyone has, oh, we're back on here. Hello. This was a mistake. I just want to say once again, thank you everyone for downloading Marvel Contest of Champions on mobile and PC, and we hope that you have a very happy holidays as we head into that and celebrate 11 years of Marvel Contest of Champions. We have a big year ahead of you. Most importantly, in January, J. Jonah Jameson comes out, and now he's the editor-in-chief of the Daily Bugle over here. He's kind of based off of Stan Lee, made by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko back in 1963. Are we still going on me? Why?
Yeah.
43,000 people just had to watch me do that.
That's all right.
That's all good.
As we know, Vincent's very excited about J. Jonah coming to the game. And,
He's my
you know,
favorite.
we were kind of talking a bit about, like, what MCOC means to all of us, how great it is, right? We all kind of have our favorite champions also. As you know, as people know, I'm a little obsessed with Gladiator and Zemo. We have Vincent, who's a little bit obsessed with J. Jonah. You're obsessed with Iceman. Dave is very obsessed with Iceman. So that's another thing I love about this game, is that everybody has their favorites. I think it's so fun.
I think he's so cool.
He's so cool. He's
Yeah.
cool. He's icy cool. Got ice in his veins.
Yeah.
So really, really cool stuff. And, you know, we got next year 350 characters in the game, which I think is super cool.
Now, I have one important question. I can't help but notice that this stream has been, wow, but there's still so much more time left on the Twitch drops. For those who joined late, how am I going to get the rest of those Twitch
right.
drops?
Great
I was going to go in there, so I was going to break that down. Actually, I saw a few quick, so someone keeps asking me questions about, like, the workout routine and asks if I take creatine. Yeah, creatine's
I do
part
not
of it,
get
right?
those questions.
creatine.
Yeah, creatine is good. You know, it keeps the water flowing.
I do the creatine
And you know
gummies.
what happens to water when it gets cold? Turns to ice.
That's right.
And that's a nice man segue. Anyway, okay, so look, if you're here, brand new, watching our stream, and for everybody else, and you don't know how to get the Twitch drops, you just go into your KID account, and you connect Twitch right there. There was an explainer at the beginning of the video. You can go back and check that out. And then also, you don't have to watch all 12 hours because we're going to end this stream in just a few minutes.
Yes.
So you
Very
want
soon.
to find another Marvel Contest of Champions streamer out there. There's going to be a lot of them because they're going to want to make sure that you get to that 12-hour mark. But don't worry, it's available for the rest of the month, all the way into January.
That's
so
right.
you don't have to rush it all today. You don't have to AFK. I wouldn't do that. You'd be doing a large disservice to the people that really love this game, that are passionate about this game, and the discovery that you're going to make of how many people are knowledgeable about this game out there. Some really great ones. Make sure you're discovering them. Make sure you're supporting them, and they will support you back by providing you with those Twitch drops, because that's just how we do. And again, we're not calling them Twitch drops because they are the biggest Twitch drops we've ever done. We're calling them Twitch buckets today. At least I am. These two don't want to do that. I'm going to do that. I'll be the only one. But if I can get another one, you'll have one, and one to make it fun. There we go. We got that. We got that built in for 11 years. It's going to stick around for the entire
That's
time.
right.
All right, you guys ready to close this out?
I'm so ready. Thank you
never been
all
more ready.
so much for joining us here for our 11th anniversary. It's been 11 fun years of crystals, chaos, competition, and everything in between. We wouldn't have it any other way. We got another 11 years plus more waiting for you. This is just the beginning, and we can't wait to keep it going. Congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you again for hanging out, and we will see you
in the battle round. Download it now, though. Download.